what are your thoughts for, because we're kind of talking about the options at number 2 here, inadvertently. You know,
Mhm.
would you trade down if you could get a haul? That's another question.
Yes, yes, immediately. With the way this draft is shaken out, I almost see a lot more defensive talent. And right now, that's where they need bodies on that side of the ball. I feel like they're not good to go on offense, but they're a lot closer on offense than they are on defense. And so, yeah, I think they need every position on defense. So, yeah, I would love to see them. I've seen a lot of mocks with the Saints coming up to get Malik Willis. And I've also seen it to where that's why they did it. So I'd take 16, 19, and 93 for 2. That does put me a little further back than I'd like. I'd like to see Atlanta or the Panthers come up.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get us at 6. So maybe we could still get maybe Thibodeau. I would not be mad if they drafted Kyle Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Even who's the guy from Florida State?
Travon Walker.
Yeah, no, Georgia. I'd take him
Georgia.
too.
Yeah,
Go higher. I want to say Jordan or something like that.
Jordan Davis. Is that who you're referring to, or because he's out of Georgia?
Sure. Yeah. No, it's another J name, but we should know this.
We should.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm sorry, I can't think tonight. I apologize, but
they
yeah,
definitely need an end. Maybe even another tackle. The 3rd round last year, Levi. I can't say his last name.
Onwuzurike.
Yes, he hasn't played as well, or 2nd round actually. Sorry, hasn't played as well as I would have hoped. Aleem McNeil is pretty solid, but I love Aleem McNeil. I wouldn't mind Jordan Davis either. But they definitely need some D-line help. Secondary, pretty much all facets. Linebacker, I think they're better off than they were, but I wouldn't be mad if they got Nakobe Dean or any of those Georgia boys for that matter.
Oh, all of them were amazing. All of them were absolutely amazing. And D-line is definitely something I feel like, this is kind of a D-line rich class, because I do think out of this draft, I would say wide receiver, D-line, and some particular like interior offensive line. I mean, there is some deep parts to this draft. I definitely think so. But I also think at the same time, you're looking at, Jermaine Johnson II. That's right. That's who it was. I couldn't think of it for the life of me. Yeah, I get him and Travon Walker mixed up all the time. Anyway, point is, I agree with you. I feel like, but that's my question though. Like the hardest thing for me, Jeremiah, is looking at a team like the Lions and thinking, okay, you're at 2. Like, what could you get? That would be my biggest question, is what could you get to trade down? Because if you can get 16 and 19 from the Saints, I think you pull the trigger every single time and don't think about it. But at the same time, you're going to get those low ball offers. I don't know. I think it really does come down to what you want.
With the way this draft is, aren't that many guys that other teams are going to want to come up for. But how many years have we seen where quarterback needy teams? I mean, and there are still plenty of teams that need to do that. I mean,
that's a great point. There is, I heard a phrase, I think it's called the quarterback tax. And it's like, it's the idea of, hey, yeah, you have 2 of the Lions who might go quarterback, might not. And for the rest of those teams, that's why I feel like it's so big for the Lions to kind of play this one close to the chest. Like, hey, we might go Jordan, we might go Malik Willis or not, because then they could get a haul. Because I agree with you. Like, I wouldn't mind sitting with a guy like Jared Goff for a year and then just, hey, building the rest of that defense, building the rest of that offense. Even though the offense I don't think needs as much, because the offensive line I don't have a problem with at all. I think and the backfield's good too. I love DeAndre Swift. I always have. The wide receiving core, it's kind of nasty. Like the Lions wide receiving core is kind of nasty. The biggest question is the defense, and I think that's something that I would definitely take a look at.